What's good, y'all? It is my pleasure, my honor to say,
Welcome back to No Dream.
Yeah. If you couldn't understand that, welcome back to the No Dream Podcast. On the show, we got
Boo Boo.
Boo.
We got
Say your
Boo
name.
Boo.
Say your name.
We got Kobe, you know.
Kobe.
We got Kobe. Nah.
What's up? Stank, Jonathan.
Anything you want to say? Oh, Stank.
My fault.
Yeah.
No, you good. You good. You alright. You alright.
And it's me, James. I go by a couple other names, but more on that later.
YB Othello.
Nah, bro, that was YBG Othello.
YBG.
Bro,
What does that even mean?
YBG Othello. Hey, that's a little Easter egg for you old podcast listeners.
Bro had like 5 names.
Yeah, bro.
J.O. you mean
AKO Joe, you may forget me. Yeah, bro. Hey, out with the old, in with the new.
Interesting.
As they say. So if you don't know, oh, you got.
Nah, go ahead.
Okay. So one, we're not editing this podcast. So anything you hear said is like what was originally said. Like we don't have time to edit it because I'm dropping a song at midnight. It's called Loverboy. That's a thing I do now. I know I said I was gonna start doing that. Kobe decided to throw a bottle at the wall.
Bro, why did you have to say that? You didn't have to announce that.
They at least know what that is, bro.
Okay.
Like I can't leave them wondering what that sound was. That was Kobe throwing the ball.
Alright, thanks, Drew.
Hey, he made it. It wasn't nothing but net.
Obviously.
Nah, bro's cocky. Join the NBA. The Lakers need a center, bro.
They do.
After that game.
I got you. At 5'10", I got you.
They need a center.
5'10" center.
Nah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. But I'm dropping a song in, I guess it's like 1 hour now. It's called Loverboy. It is actually a sequel in a long series of songs. It is the final. If you listen to Lovesick Boy, that's like the first song. So the proper order, I'm finna drop some lore for y'all if y'all don't know. The proper order is Lovesick Boy, Dingy, Paris, Not At All, Dancing All Alone, and then Loverboy, the one I'm dropping tonight.
Then you made a lot of songs.
Yeah, I've made a lot. So if you want to experience the story in its proper order, listen to it in that format, and it'll convey like a complete story. But today we're gonna be breaking down the lyrics behind Loverboy.
Let's tell us about Loverboy.
We're getting analytical here.
Can you explain the lyrics to us? What's the meaning behind the song?
Why is the whole song verse 1?
Well,
okay.
Well, you see, all I needed was one verse to convey what I wanted to say.
See, tell me why you started the song in the way you did.
Well, I start.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but you start the song saying, "Tell me if I'm wrong." Head is telling you to move along. What is that?
What is that?
Can you be serious? This is a song.
Oh yeah. I can be serious. Can you be serious? All right. So, before we get directly into these lyrics and I answer that question, I must preface this. And we're getting a little analytical today. We all got our glasses on. We're all wearing moccasins and cardigans and water. We're drinking water. No coffee. No nothing. We're just water. Just straight up water, man. And
I have a scarf on.
Yeah. Okay. So on the Instagram, I posted this official meaning of the song, and it says, "Loverboy, this song was made in future hope that one day I wouldn't be lovesick anymore. It can be easy to see an endless cycle of hurt, give up, or even give in to the desire to love selfishly because you're tired and done. You may feel like you're dancing all alone," wink wink, reference to my other song, "for now, but not every song ends in tragedy like Dancing All Alone does. It can be easy to lose hope, but this song at its core is about hope." Quick reference, 1 Corinthians 16 says, "Love hopes all things, love is patient, love is kind, long-suffering," all those things, right? So love fearlessly with hope in your heart, and someday somebody will come along with that same desire. You'll be proof that love does exist in this world, that being a modern lover boy is easy. So kind of setting this up, when I made Dancing All Alone, the last song I dropped before this one, back in December.
That was good.
Yeah. But the whole point of that song was like finding joy in the fact that you're alone, like learning to dance through it. But like even in that, like it's hard to be happy because you're still waiting on that person. And so I dropped that back in December. And so yeah, you could tell I was going through it. So in January, like a whole lot happened, and I finally got into like a much better place. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna write this song from the perspective. I remember I wrote Lovesick Boy, and the whole thing was like being heartbroken. And so...
What's that one lyric says? Stab wounds all in your back, your words give heart attacks. Explain that.
Why do you know? Explain that. I think that's pretty apparent. Like...
No, it's not.
Stab wounds on like a backstabber. Your words give heart attacks. Like the things you say hurt my heart. Like I feel like I'm about to die.
And you said, "Baby, put the knife down."
I mean, she stabbed me in the back, bro.
Yeah, bro. Sometimes when someone stabs you in the back, you
say,
want them to stop doing that.
Yeah,
so
you
you're
say,
like, hey,
put the knife down.
Put that down.
Put that down.
Stop stabbing my back.
Is that what you were feeling in that moment?
Right, yeah. What are you doing?
Bro,
like,
this is the thing, bro.
This is bad.
You
I
wanna
don't
talk
want
about
to
your
be
music?
stabbed anymore. You know what? The stabbing thing, like, it was cool at first.
It was cool at first, but
not good.
Baby put the... And so, I decided I was going to write a song called Loverboy. It's the opposite of Lovesick Boy. And basically the entire point, as I read in the song, is like me trying to find out how... There's like two ways you can love somebody, I feel like, in today's society. And that's kind of what we're going to be talking about. That's the discussion surrounding this song. But there's the way that is... it's very like self-centered and selfish, using it for your own gain. And then there's the way that is, completely selfish, giving your all, but you get hurt. You might get hurt in the end. And that's why, like, throughout the song, there's, the chorus changes. So, like, in the first chorus, it says, proof being a modern lover boy isn't easy. And then towards the end, it switches up to proof being a modern lover boy is easy. In the middle of the song kind of, like, discusses the transition from how I got from proof being a modern lover boy isn't easy, having no hope, to... like, hey, this is something that I can actually, like, I'm free to love somebody and with all of my heart without getting hurt. And so we'll kind of pick up and carry that theme throughout the entirety of the song. But you were talking about verse 1, Kobe. Can you want to reread that?
Yeah. It says, "Tell me if I'm wrong. Head is telling you to move along." I'll read one more verse. It says, "Heart is telling you to come close."
That's good. What is your analysis there, John?
Well, from the looks of it, it seems like you're asking the person, that you love, oh, tell me if I'm wrong, but my head's telling me to move along, but like my heart's telling me like I need to come close to you. Like, is that good? Like,
yeah.
Is it okay if I engage with you?
Exactly.
Like, in that love.
Get out of my head, John.
Right,
Get out of my head. Get out of my head, AC. Get out of my
head. Turn his Spanish.
Get out of my head. Get out of my head. But yeah. So yeah, most of my songs are written like conversations. And so like a lot of times like I write things out like I'd write a book. And so a lot of my like lines and songs are like dialogue. And so like you said, tell me if I'm wrong, head is telling you to move along, heart is telling you to come close. I'm kind of speaking it from like a jaded perspective. Like I already know what's gonna happen. Like I know how this goes. Like it's a bit sarcastic. Like tell me if I'm like I know I'm right. Yeah, like your head is telling you like to waste time. Like you should move along, but your heart is telling you like to get to know me. Type beat. All right, we can keep pushing. It says next part, won't be here for long. Leave you'll be just another song, another way that I done lost hope, and you'll fall, but you're the first one to leave me.
So I remember you said something earlier today. You were talking about how a lot of your music is kind of like, I don't know, like rhythm based. Like you want to leave that long lasting impression of like getting people to like remember your songs.
I want to be catchy.
So you have that catchiness to your song.
Right.
So why did you choose to put fun? It says You said, well, I guess you had your fun. Then you said, I really
the
thought
song does not sound like that. I guess you had your fun.
I'm just reading your lyrics, bro.
We'll do it.
No, we listened to the song before. It's good. I'm not trying to like.
Yeah, of course.
Like it's not pretty good.
We'll cross that lyrical bridge when we get to it. That's right, we have a lot to understand before we can get to that.
I jumped a little far, my fault.
Right, it's okay. I understand you're excited. I'm excited too.
Well, I'm just analyzing the song. Let's not be too hasty.
Okay.
But yeah, with that last kind of line, it's kind of, I like that line about like, oh, just become another song. Like, am I just gonna have to like forget you and you'll just become a part of my past, something that I can use like as an artistic like subject, but you're not there. It's not something that like lasted.
Right. Yeah. And it's almost like, I mean, of course, everything I write, I don't cap in my music or anything. Like everything I say is truthful. And like I think I've begun to notice like a pattern in my life. Like I can see exactly, like when I meet somebody, I can see exactly how it's gonna play out. Like I'll meet them, and then like I'll catch feelings first, and then they'll catch feelings first, and then I'll be like, nah, hold up, let me slow down, and then I'll catch feelings, and then something will happen, something will go wrong, and then I'll be left with the song, and they'll leave and go find somebody else, and all I have left is like a song out of it. And so I kind of gotten like to this point where I was like, okay, I know what's gonna happen. I see this cycle, like the part where it says you'll fall, but you're the first one to leave me. Like that's just like, okay, I know how this goes. And even the line before that, another way that I didn't lost hope, like just another way that's happened to me. Like there's so much that, like not even romantically, like my upbringing, like everything I've lost so far, like pretty difficult childhood and upbringing, and like you just be another like thing to add on to that. But don't worry, I promised in the very beginning of the song that this song would not end in tragedy, like Dancing All Alone, and it doesn't. It gets a lot happier towards the end. But yeah, let's keep moving. All right. Of course, it says proof being a modern lover boy ain't easy, and so that's kind of like the tagline for this song. I feel like when the right person comes around, there'll be proof that love does exist in the world. Like this is something that is possible. Like being a loving person can be done. But up until this point in the song, I hadn't found that yet. So I was like, okay, everybody so far has proved to me that being a modern lover boy isn't easy. Like it's not something I can do. And so this is like the first verse. It kind of jumps into like the actual conversation. You want to read that, John?
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Do you want me to read the whole little stanza there?
Just go
just
to, but you can't do another romance. Just go.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's what I meant. All right.
Yeah.
So you say you a lover boy, a playboy. I said no. It's just the love songs and nice voice. Won't be here for long. I was hoping we could get along, but you can't do another romance.
That's right. That's real.
And right off of that, like, I like that first line of you say you a lover boy, a playboy. It's kind of like she almost conflates the two, where you kind of get this sexual idea from Playboy, where it's just about like, the body and the aesthetics, but she's like conflating it with like the lover boy sentiment, where it's like a more romantic, like kind of like, love.
That's her version of love. Yeah.
Are you saying that there's girls out there saying that you're a playboy based off your music?
Yeah. So I've actually had that happen so much recently, but for some reason I have like this. Yeah, I guess it's because of the music that I dropped. I'm just gonna go ahead and preface this. I've never been in a relationship. Like out of all the music I've dropped, people are like, no way. But I've somehow like people have like built up this idea about me. It is because of the music I dropped that I've been in like a lot of like relationships or anything like that, or like I talk to like a whole bunch of women, and that's just not true. But like a lot of females come into like contact with me having that like idea in their mind. And so like I said, most of my songs are like conversations. And so like she says like you a lover boy, a playboy, and I said no. Like I said, it's just the love songs that I make, and it's the nice voice.
Yeah.
It just kind of helps. She says won't be here for long. I said I was hoping we could get along, but you can't do another romance. And so what she's saying here is like I won't be here for long. Like I plan like I'll mess around with you, but I don't plan on staying. I won't be here for long. And I'm like, hey, I was hoping we could get along, but like right now, she's like, I just can't do. I'm not at a point where, I can do another romance. Like I don't think I can do that. And then my next few lines is like an attempt to kind of break through that. Like I say, baby, listen to me. I don't think I'd lose if I ended up with you. Chad, is that Riz chat? Is that?
We not on live stream chat.
Is that chat? Is that game chat?
Leave a comment.
Exactly. I don't think I lose. Like and that statement, like I've been holding on to that line. Like I'll have like lines I'll type out on my notes to like I plan to use. Just the notion that like, hey, if I ended up with you, like I don't think I'd lose out on anything. Like everybody else, like I don't, cause like I would win if I had you, and so, like yeah, it's just this ultimate sense of victory if I ended up with this person. And then we go into the next lines. You keep on glancing across the room, staring at me, baby. I keep on catching you. I'm waiting, starting to get impatient. I'm either losing or I'm winning, and they places trading. But when it comes to you and me, I think we're worth saving. Once again, pretty self-explanatory. Like, you see the signs, like the eye contact, the flirtation across the room. I keep on catching you, like looking at me, and I'm waiting for you to come over because I know that's how it's going to happen. And in these situations, I'm either losing or I'm winning, and like I'm constantly like I'm never like permanently winning, and I'm never permanently losing. They're like always swapping places. But when it comes to you and me, like I think this is something that like can last. Like I think it's worth saving. Like it's worth the effort to fight for. And then once again, I break through that by saying, "Listen to me, baby." Like if you want to listen the first time, listen to me. But I don't think I'd lose if I ended up with you. Ending up with you. All right. Yeah. Any questions so far, Kobe? Any? No?
Hey, you class, bro.
Yeah, you been. I'm giving a lecture.
Nah, I like the way you switched it up though from the previous like verses you did.
Yeah.
You were just like, yeah, listen to me again, bro. Oh, you didn't say bro.
Like you're not hearing me.
Yeah.
And that plays into the not at all. You know, the whole point of not at all. See, I don't want to rabbit trail here, but I made this song called Not at All, and the whole chorus is like, nah, you're not listening, not at all to me, not to my feelings. And so the song is very meta because like towards the end it gets to a point where I'm singing like the na part, but I'm singing it over a verse that says, yo, I know a spot we could both go, and that entire part is me asking somebody on a date. And so I'm singing the na part over me and asking somebody, like, insinuating, like, I'm trying to convey my feelings to them, and they're not listening. But if you think about it, all these songs that I've written is a way of conveying my feelings to people. And yet, people that don't listen to my music, they're just ignoring, they're not listening, not at all.
Right.
And so, like, even in this song, listen to me. Like, I'm trying my best to break through that wall that's kind of been put up.
I think it's also interesting how in the first time you go, baby, listen to me. But this time you put that verb first, and you're like, listen to me, baby. It gets a little more desperate.
Yeah. I mean, things kind of take a downhill turn. As I said, you know, I'm never permanently losing or I'm winning or permanently winning. It says, well, I guess you had your fun. Fun. This is what you wanted to talk about, Kobe. I guess you had your fun. I really thought you'd be there. I really thought you'd be the one. One. Now we both got none. Now we both got nothing. Had to love myself because I never seen
none,
loving without wanting something.
Why didn't you say none?
Why didn't say none?
Yeah, why'd you say nothing?
It just fit, man.
Did you try it that way first?
I did.
Yeah.
I tried
that.
That
That would be like an obvious choice.
Yeah, I tried it.
Fun, right? You might as well try the none. It just didn't work out.
Yeah. Well, like the added syllables on the end of nothing, kind of like it's singable. Like I can sing none, but like nothing. You know, I can sing that easier. But I mean, this point's kind of obvious. Let's say like this is one of the many ones that just kind of failed. And so I'm kind of analyzing how it all panned out. I'm like, well, I guess at least you got your enjoyment out of it. You had your fun. Like I really thought you'd stick around. I really thought you'd be there. I thought you'd be the one for me. But look, now that you've left, like not only do I have nothing, but now you have nothing either. Because you missed out on like the love I could have given you. And, you know, I'm missing out on you. And then it says, how to love myself because I never seen you loving without wanting something. And yeah, like I said, I wrote this song in January. So, yeah, not going to be too, yeah, but you get it. You get it. Like some people just love, you know, just to get something out of it.
Yeah.
You know, unfortunately, that's like the way our society is kind of today. Like people just love to get what they want out of it, nothing more. And then I kind of end that by just saying like, look, I'm just being real. Like that's just real talk. And then the middle of the song is where things kind of switch up. I blend I like crisscross two lines, like both conversations together. And that's where like the two main themes, Jonathan, you kind of pointed this out earlier, but the whole like Playboy versus Loverboy kind of thing. Mm-hmm. In the middle of the song, I have this decision to make whether I'm gonna be like, you know, Playboy or you know, Loverboy, like love how I'm like supposed to, how I know I like want to, how I should, versus how the world's kind of taught me to like love. And so there's these two lines of dialogue that are like crisscrossing each other. Mm-hmm. So I think it'll be best, like, okay, Kobe, you read the dialogue that's not in the parentheses, and John, you read the dialogue that's in the parentheses.
Where are we at?
We're in the middle. So the I'm always gonna want you part.
The part with the parentheses.
Yeah. This is like one of my favorite. Yeah, this is like my favorite part of the song, honestly.
I'm always gonna want you.
Let's see it.
Yeah. This is my favorite part.
Oh, you want to read right now?
Yeah, but no Diddy. All right, proceed.
Yeah.
Proceed.
All right, I'm always gonna want you.
Later, but for now, I'm having fun.
All right, stop there. Break that down. Break that down, Kobe.
Well, you went in like directly. I'm always gonna want you, and you're just like, all right, hold up.
Yeah, and then she
Later.
replies like later, for not having fun. Or the other, like there's two ways you can take this.
It could also be you.
Right, it can be me.
That's what I was thinking when you first.
No, yeah, it's both. Like that's the beautiful thing about
The
lyrics.
other side of you adding on to it.
Yeah, so it can either be like I'm saying I'm always gonna want you, but she's like later, but for now I'm having fun. Or it can be like me, like two sides of myself that are like fighting each other. Like I'm always gonna want this person, but like the other side of me saying like, hey, later, but for now I'm having fun.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't know, like there's a sample in the song that comes from a Giveon song called "Lost Me," and so that little background sample you hear, he's actually singing the later, but for now I'm having fun. I'm done because I always get hurt. Won't be here for long. Like that whole entire part is what he's singing, and so this song kind of plays off as a response to that, anyways. But yeah, the next part.
I'm done because I'm always getting hurt.
Uh-huh.
I'm always gonna want you.
You can hate me if you want.
Right. So.
You can hate me if you want.
Nice. So yeah, I mean, once again, it's pretty obvious. Like you just get to this point where you're like, I'm done. I'm always getting hurt. But still, there's that other side that says I'm always gonna want that person. And the other person's like, hey, look, it doesn't matter what I do. You can hate me if you want, but I'm really in it for myself, so it doesn't really matter what you think.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next part.
Never want to lose you.
Gotta put myself first.
Baby girl, I need you.
We can touch often.
We can hey, so.
Yeah, why do you put that for?
Yeah, hey, so just to clarify, before y'all get on my case, in the actual Giveon song,
Yeah, he does say that.
it says we can touch and do it often.
Yeah, he does.
And so that is like a very like worldly mentality, like way of looking at it. Like as a follower of Christ, like of course that's flesh, I fight against that. And so there's a choice here, right? Never want to lose you, gotta put myself first. Like one person's like, hey look, like I don't ever want to lose this person. But the other person can be like, I gotta put myself first. Like I'm just not there yet. And then, the baby girl, I need you, we can touch and we can do it often, So there's like that double-sided mentality there, like, hey, like I need you, like this is something deeper than like physical attraction. Whereas the other side's like, hey look, I'm just purely in it for like the touch, the sex, all that, right? Like I'm just here for the pleasure side of it. And then it just kind of ends out.
And I'm always gonna love you.
You didn't read it. I'm always gonna want you first.
Yeah, you didn't say that. That's very important.
I apologize.
Include that.
I apologize, chat. I'm always gonna want you, and I'm always gonna love you.
If you're here looking for love, that where you lost me.
Hey, so this part of the song, you gotta pay attention during this part of the song,
Pay attention.
because I overlapped like the love parts in each bars, so like it fits perfectly. So I said I'm always gonna want you. And I'm always going to love you. But when I say I'm always going to love you, the line crosses perfectly and it says, if you're here looking for love, that's where you lost me. And so, like, one side saying, look, I'm always going to love you. But the other person saying, if you're here looking for that, that's where you lost me. So it fits perfectly. Like,
I didn't notice it. I'll have to look out for that next time.
Yeah, look out for that. There's little nuggets. I really...
Drop a little saffron right
Yeah, a little saffron. I was cooking up. Yeah, like I was talking about, there's that mentality like I'm always gonna love you, and the other person just there's like, hey, look, if you're here looking for that, like this, like I'm out, I'm dipping. And once again, going back, there's also the other view to this, that it's like a conversation within yourself, like, hey, I'm always gonna love this person, but there's that other side of you that's like, hey, like honestly, like I'm done with love. Like I'm sick of it. I can't do this anymore. And like I'm lost on the notion, the idea that something like this could even exist. But in the end, it
doesn't even matter.
Exactly. Guess what I choose? I say every time I'ma choose you. Every single time I'ma choose you. What is that saying? One, every time I'ma choose that girl, but also like every time I'm gonna choose this side.
Yourself?
Exactly.
Did you be talking about yourself?
I'm gonna choose this way to love over this way.
And also, the other side isn't there for that line.
Exactly. That other voice is gone.
The other voice.
Like all that remains is like the right way to love, right? And so, speaking over the overarching plot lines, like my music, because like there's an actual plot. There's like my music is divided into two categories. There's like the jail side of things, which is like my theology, my Christian beliefs, my faith, like all that, like all the deep stuff. And like the faith stuff is in my love music too, whatever. But like, I also like to have songs where I talk about my own struggles and stuff. Like, people play basketball for fun. I make music for fun. But I also do it for the purpose of, glorifying God and all that. And not all that. That's the main reason I do it. All that to say, like, on the story that goes along, like, the love side of my music is that, like, okay. Like I said, I broke this down. Like,
so what's the other side?
Huh?
What's the other side?
That's like the jail you made. So that's like the main story.
Oh, okay.
So like that's like Berserk,
like
Origin,
okay.
Redemption.
That's what you're talking about.
LML. Like all those are like faith-based theology. Like how do I live my life type beat. This one's like the other side is like experiences I've been through and how does my faith like interact with all that. And so peep game. You have to understand this before we like close out the song. But Lovesick Boy. don't do that.
The way you just said,
Don't do that.
Bro did a subtle.
I was on the edge of the seat.
No,
Okay.
you could not be doing that.
So Lovesick Boy.
Not with me right here, bro.
Lovesick Boy begins the trilogy, or not trilogy. It used to be trilogy. Lovesick
Star
Boy
Wars.
begins the entire thing, right? And that's like it kind of establishes the identity and the character of Lovesick Boy. So there's three characters here. There's Lovesick Boy. There's J.O. And there's Violet, right?
Oh, okay.
So Violet was like the persona that I created with Dancing All Alone.
The little tile of God.
Right. So Lovesick Boy is like, very much, the pure side of love, like all that. Violet represents like the playboyish, tendency. And then J.O.'s like, like complete focus, like heavenly, like focus, like all that, like completely locked in, like stand on business type beat, right? But for now we're just gonna focus on
Violet
and Lovesick.
Okay.
Yeah, but Lovesick has a name and his name is Paris. But we'll see. All right, so
what?
Yeah, I know. We'll get to it. So Lovesick Boy, also known as Paris, that song establishes the character. That's like the identity song of Lovesick Boy. And so Dingy, that entire song is about safety, like finding safety, like finding
that song is good.
a safe place where you can like you don't feel threatened. I can go like layers and layers into that song.
What's the song with the picture of you like as a young kid or something?
That's Love Yourself. That goes into
that song.
the J.O. side of things.
I like that one.
Yeah, it's a good song.
That's not on this album.
That's not on this.
So
Yeah.
My bad.
Stay on topic. Okay. So you have Lovesick Boy.
Sorry, sir.
And then you have Dingy. Okay, and then you have Paris. Paris is like the whole entire theme of that is fight on. It's based on like the mythology of the Trojan War with Paris. He sees Helen, the most beautiful girl in the world. He's like, all right, look, I'm gonna start a war, like just so I can have you. And like literally, like this wasn't like a small like battle. This is like World War Zero. Like Achilles was in that junk. Hector,
dead.
Hercules,
dead.
Yeah. So many of them died because this man wanted a girl that
Hercules
bad.
was not there.
He wasn't. I remember a lot of them were there, bro. Like,
a lot were, but not him.
But not him. Or else he would have died, probably.
That was at a different time.
Yeah. But so Paris is about fighting on. Like even when you get to this point where you're like, hey, I can't do this anymore. You gotta be able to fight on. Like you gotta. What would you fight past to be with somebody? That's the whole entire premise of the song.
I hope you're Odysseus, bro. He's
no,
the one who
I
survives till the end.
No, look, see, it's
You're
perfect.
Paris?
I'm Paris. Because Dancing All Alone, well, okay, Not At All. Okay, so when I release Not At All, that's the next one that comes after Paris. Everybody, like, dances to that song, like, woohoo, yeah! But, like, that's actually, like a sad song.
That's a tragedy, yeah.
Yeah, it's a tragedy.
That man's dead.
He's dead, yeah. So Paris, a.k.a. Lovesick Boy, because his feelings, like, let's say he wins the battle, he gets to the castle, and he finds that the castle is empty. Mm-hmm. He started an entire war for nothing. What did he do any of this for? And all he has left, he suffers wounds, he's bleeding out. And he thought, like, hey, I don't care how many wounds I have to endure. If I can just get here, it'll all be worth it. And then she's gone. She rode off with somebody else. Somebody else saved her before you got there. And so, Not At All is like, once again, your feelings not being conveyed. And so Paris, a.k.a. Lovesick Boy, having no other way to like show his love, all that's left to do is die. And so Not At All, like it's a song that plays while he dies. Mm-hmm. Like while he bleeds out on the floor. Yeah. And so Dancing All Alone is like more focused on him actually dying. But it's also, he doesn't just die, he disappears.
Hey.
And out of nowhere, rumors of a man cloaked in violet pear, and that's where we get Violet. And Violet's different from Pears. He's different from Lovesick Boy in the fact that Violet, he dances all alone. He doesn't need a partner. And so there's this whole aspect of like betrayal. And all right, now that you've done this to me, I can go live my life in this way. Everybody I'll be with now is like a way of revenge, of like getting back on like what this person did to me. And so like once again, that's both sides that we see presented in Loverboy, right? Like there's the Pears Lovesick Boy side, where it's like, I don't care what I have to endure to be with this person, but I'll fight past all of it. Love conquers all, like type B. And there's the other side of like, hey, I do what I want, I get what I want out of it. I love and then I leave, and then I love and then I leave, and it's in the cycle, right? Mm-hmm. And so that all concludes back into the final verse of Loverboy. Yeah. So once again, I say every time I'm gonna choose you, like solidifying the fact that, hey, like no matter how many times I feel pushed to choose that, that Violet, that Playboy side, that, love selfishly side, like every time I know, even if I try to choose that, I'm gonna be Paris. Like that's just what I'm born as, and like that goes into like a whole bunch of childhood stuff. And so I think that's where like that side of me comes from. But I know I'm going to choose that side every single time. Like what is that quote? It's better to love and lost than have never loved at all, or something like that.
It's better to have loved and lost.
There we go.
Than to have never loved at all.
There we go.
Yes.
That's it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Cheers. It's
to be or not to
be. That is the question. Whether it is no good. Good old Shakespeare. The chorus changes, as I said. I start the same way. Jonathan, you want to read the second chorus?
Oh.
Yeah. So so tell me if I'm wrong.
So tell me if I'm wrong. Head is telling you to move along.
Right.
Heart is telling you
right.
to come close. Won't be here for long. Mm-hmm. Soon you'll be just. Oh well, that was in the first one too.
Right.
But right. Soon you'll be in just another song. But maybe I'm gonna hold out hope.
Ooh.
That you'll fall and be the first to never leave
Isn't
me.
that so sweet, bro? That you'll fall and be the first to never leave me.
Proof being a modern lover boy is easy.
You see what I did there, Cody? You see what I did there? I said, and you'll fall and be the first one to leave me. And then this person kind of comes along, and guess what? They're proof that being a modern lover boy is easy, and that changes the way that I think. And now I say that I'm hoping that you'll fall and be the first to never leave me. Masterclass in writing there. That's a masterclass. That's all you have to say? I like that. Bro. And so, like, here's this last part is me going like full on like I'm lean, like if I'm gonna do this, like I'm leaning in, like this is who I am.
Yeah.
And so it says, so if you want to go, I'll take you to another land, so we can be alone without any fans. And that's one I hate that, bro.
Without any fans.
Yeah, like okay, I love y'all. People that listen to my music, I love y'all. But like sometimes, like I'll do stuff and like everybody will be in it, and it's kind of annoying. And
y'all
so
like, leave James alone.
Yeah.
This man's trying to spit game, and y'all won't leave him alone.
I have a song called LML for that reason, bro. Like leave me alone. But
I know he's a cool guy and you want to talk to him, but sometimes just let him talk to someone else, bro. You don't have to approach him.
Exactly. That's happened way too many times, bro. But I'm not even joking. That's happened so many times.
No, I feel you.
But like, hey,
I've seen it.
So basically, here I'm saying, like, look, if you want to go, like, let's go somewhere else where we can be alone without any of these other people that are so invested in our lives as if we're a TV show for them to enjoy. Yeah. Like, let me. Like, back up. Let me let me enjoy this. Go do something, right? And then I say, no, this was not your plan, but I don't want to see you with another man. And then we'll say that next bar because it's kind of funny.
Yeah, that's like your favorite
part. Yeah, it says, no, this is not your plan, but I don't want to see you. So like that, no, this was not your, like, she's still stuck in that mentality of like, hey, like, I'm going to love him, I'm going to leave. Like,
oh, you didn't say no, like, no.
No, like, no, this is not your, no, I'm saying no, like
you need to know.
I know, like, I know that this is not your plan. Like, you don't, like, plan to commit. Like, you don't, like, I know this is not your plan. but I'm sorry, I can't see you with another man. Like I just like it has to be with me. And like call me selfish, call me whatever you want. But like I'm standing on business. Like I don't want to see you with another man.
Yeah.
And like I know love in that way isn't healthy for you in the first place. So I'm not saying that in like a possessive, captivating way, but like look, I want you. Like I'm just being real. You know? And so and so let me pair this last phrase up.
Wait, we gotta get ready for this.
No, this was not your plan, but I don't want to see you with another man. And then in the ad lib I say, let's go. I say, let's go. Or hold another hand other than my other hand.
That's why it's good.
I don't want to see you hold another. Like you have, me and John were talking about this before. You have two options. You have two choices. You can hold this hand or this hand.
And it's both his like.
Yeah, I wasn't.
He's not pointing at another person's
He was pointing at John's hand.
He was not pointing at my hand.
They're both my hand.
It's both
So
his.
I ain't gonna lie, when I listened to the song and I heard the verse, I was like, wait, what's the other? I was like, oh yeah.
Wait, what's the other hand?
We got trying to say something else.
No, bro. What can I?
What do you mean by that?
Let's break that down. What can I be saying?
Why did your mind
That
go
is
there?
not a hand. That is not a hand. Yeah, you defiled that lyric. I don't want to talk about it anymore. You defiled that lyric, bro. It was
I'm just being raw and honest about what I'm thinking, bro.
Wrong. Sometimes you don't need to be.
Yeah, I'm just asking the question. I'm just saying when I first heard it,
I don't think that was a very
about
popular question. I think. No. Okay.
This podcast.
I'm just saying what I thought in my head.
Yeah, hey, this one.
When I heard the verse, I was like, what does that mean?
None of this is gonna be edited. So. Anyways, okay. So remember, I said, hold another hand, other than my other hand, and then
J.O.
I brought the producer tag back. The J.O. You know,
J.O.
the classic. Like I had to let you know who's talking here. Like it's me. Like this coming from what I'm about to say. Like it's about to come from my chest.
So was this Loverboy talking before?
No.
And then you switched it.
So
is that what you're saying?
Where it starts at. So if you want to go, I'll take you to another.
Was this Paris talking and then you switched it?
Yes, it's Paris.
So Paris was talking before.
Paris is about fight for love. Love is war. Love is conquest. Fight on, fight on, fight. As it says in the song, fight on. Like there's literally like lines of that song where it says, "As I am, I don't deserve you. Fight on. Love is war. I might be a dead fool. Fight on." So like in the ad-libs, I'm literally encouraging myself to like fight on. There's this one part where it's like, I don't know if I should go or not. Do you want me to stay? Fight on. Just because I'm here don't mean the rain and clouds will go away. Fight on. So like in that song, I kind of voice like all these doubts and fears and stuff. And like each line by line, I'm like literally fighting through those things. I'm encouraging myself to fight through those things just to be with this person. Or if you want to look at it from a two-person perspective, I'm saying, or the other person is saying, like, look, I have these doubts and fears before I get into this relationship. And the other person's like, fight on, like, get past it because I want to be with you. And so there's, like, so many ways to, like, look at it, right? Mm-hmm. And so even with this song, like, this like, last part is just me, like, getting it all off my chest, like, just saying how I would desire it to be. And so, Jay, I never saw your love coming. I gotta be honest. All dark, no light, the sky was so starless. Then you came along and burned through my night like a comet, and we forever bay. I got future sight like a prophet. You resonated with that?
That almost rhymes with comet.
It's an almost rhyme.
Almost.
Yeah.
Bro. It's not. I mean, that jump counts though. So.
It counts. What'd you see in there, John? You see anything?
Let's see. I like the imagery where it's kind of like...
Yeah, it's mostly imagery. Yeah.
It's a starless sky, and then it's like, they're going to be the brightest junk in the sky, like a comet, like a streak of light.
Along, yeah.
The most recognizable, noticeable thing, and you were just like, oh, there's nothing there.
One thing I did notice is, in the like, before you said J.O., like, you had more confidence in the fact of, like, you were explaining earlier, you said, no, this is not your plan, but I don't want to see you with another man. That's so right. You're saying, I know this isn't your plan, but I'm still going to come after you because I don't want to see you with this other man. Yeah. But then in the line right after Jerry, you say, I never saw your love coming. Right. I got to be honest.
Yeah.
So why'd you go from, like, being, like, I know you ain't got no plan. Then you went to being like, I didn't see this coming. So why'd you switch it? Why'd you switch it up right
So, in perspective, right? Like, one.
Since you're saying like jail's the more biblically
Alright.
that
So,
side of you, I guess.
when I wrote this in January, like, I was at a point in my life where I was like I felt like God had removed like so much from my life, and so I was like completely focused on Him. But there was still that side of me that was like it didn't feel like I was missing something because God completed me. But like I was hoping and praying that like God would bless me in like these different areas, right? Like career, like all these different passions, love, like all different areas, right? And so I was in that. I was like super focused. Like I was like almost hyper focused. Like every single day was just me and God, me and God, me and God. And so like here, like I'm like, okay, look, I was completely focused. So there's no way I saw it coming. Like I'm just being honest. Like I wanted you, but I didn't expect for it to like actually like you turn around and like want me back because I never expected you to come along in the first place.
Gotcha.
I mean, once again, it's that imagery, like all dark, no light. The sky was so starless, like. You know, it's completely pitch black. Like, it can be easy to look at the...
Saying you don't have any hope?
Right. Well, I mean, it can be easy... Like, imagine the sky in this metaphor is, like, the modern, like, dating/love landscape. It can be easy to, like, look at it and go, like, it's very dark.
Very dark.
Like, very... like, it's hopeless, right?
It is.
But, like, it's hopeless. But, like, one person can come along... Like I said, be that proof that love is real. Like, be proof that being a modern lover boy or lover girl, for my females out there, is easy. And so maybe one person has been taught to love in like the other
so
way.
is this song not just about you? It's kind of like a proclamation to everybody else. Like
right,
you can be a lover. You can be a lover person too.
You can a lover person.
Are you saying?
Bro said lover person.
Are you
lover
saying?
person? A lover.
You just said lover girl, lover boy. So I'm trying to be more.
Are you saying a listener could
I made it more like
relate
outstretched
to James's situation and like enjoy the song because they relate to him?
Exactly. Is that what you're saying there?
I don't know.
Are you saying?
I
said, are you saying a listener could like relate to what Jay is saying and like experience that in their own life?
Wow.
I was asking that.
Oh yeah. No, that's real.
I think that's true.
I think so too. But I mean, it approaches like both sides. It's like maybe I think a lot of people get like you don't. I think like the playboyish like selfish love type thing is like something that you get taught. Like I don't think that's something we're born. I mean, in a sense, our sinful nature is like born with that. Mm-hmm. But like, Scripture says Jesus loved because He first. Well, we love. We know what love is because He loved us first. God is love, and so we know what the right way to love is because God has shown us that. And so, I think that it can be easy to like let the world teach you how to love people, or let your past like negative situations teach you what love is. When like it's really not that. That's not what it is. You just think it's that because it's the only thing you've been shown. Like you think that's your reality because that's the only reality you've been shown. When there's this greater, weightier more truthful reality out there that's like the actual nature of the situation.
I'm kind of seeing like this back and forth tension, like on this last paragraph.
Bro's in English class, but
no, I'm just saying, like, just like from the way you're explaining it. Like at first you're saying, I always wanted you for certain. You were never a maybe. Mm-hmm. You're like, all right, like I have confidence. I wanted you, but then you keep going. And you said, I thought I was heartless. You're living regardless.
Right.
So you're saying, I still wanted you, but then there's sometimes I'm messed up, but you still loving me.
Exactly.
You're loving me back. And you said, I don't think you lose. And you said, if I ended up with you,
that's right.
And you come back with that confidence at the end, ending up with you.
Like I'm ending up. Like I'm gonna end up. Like
so why'd you like end it like that?
Well, I heard this one quote. It was, "Love is only true if it's reciprocated." And so you can love somebody as hard and as much as you want, but like if they don't love you back, there's no like loving relationship there. Like it's one-sided, but it's not like reciprocal.
Yeah.
I mean, reciprocal love is very different from one-sided love. And so, like you were saying, a couple verses above that, I said, we forever beg God just like a prophet. Like hey, look, I know that kind of contradicts like that I never saw you coming, but like yeah, but now that you're here, like the future, like it's opened up, it looks brighter, and now I can see a way forward.
This is definitely realistic though. Yeah.
Right, and then of course I've always wanted you for certain, you never maybe. So like I've always wanted you. Like, even when you were struggling with stuff, like, at your highest in your like, I've always wanted you for certain. Like, there was never a doubt. Like, you were never there was never a maybe I might like you. It's, I want you.
Yeah.
And nothing else. Didn't want my persona, you wanted me back. And so, I've had a lot of people approach me because I make music.
Yeah,
like you and
that's valid.
Yeah, like they want I think it's not too much of a difference between how I present myself in my music because of the nature.
It's a public display of what your emotions are in that time period.
It's like a magnification of who I. So like I'll drop a song, right? And like by the time I drop a song, I'll probably be in like a different mental space by then.
Yeah, like, bro, what was you? I'm like, huh?
Why are you going through this right now?
That was 3 songs ago.
Exactly.
Yeah, I could definitely see that.
Yeah, so like I'll already be like moved past it by the time I release a song in the first place.
Yeah.
And I don't even think like that. And we forever.
That's why you said you wrote this in January, didn't you?
Like a prophet is a contradiction so much because you kind of see it's like he says, "I never saw you coming," but then it's kind of like, "Oh, you light up the sky," like.
So I can see.
And so he's kind of got that sight now, and so he's like, "All right, well, I didn't see it coming when like it looked like starless and like everything was dark." But like once she lit up the sky, he's like, "I got future sight. I can see like this is like forever for us."
Exactly.
Yeah.
I can definitely tell I can tell the realism of this paragraph. It's like usually like we do say things like out of our head, like we think things in our head, we're like, yeah, like I'm gonna get something, but then when it actually comes, we're like, oh, John, like you're surprised about it.
Yeah.
So I can definitely see that realism from it. It's like when you're saying, you're fully confident when you write it, and you like vaguely like really describe like the realism of it actually coming along. You're like, oh, John, like it's coming like a comet in the sky, like it's out there. Like I didn't see this coming like that, but you already said it was coming. So I can see that in my own life sometimes too.
Just having hope and believing that it will come.
You have hope, but then when you actually see it, you're like, oh, like the
but
hope's
you gotta
different.
be watching the sky.
Physical, you're
to
like,
see
oh,
that, you know.
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
Like if you're not, I mean, the sky may be dark, but if you're not looking up,
that's real.
If you're not looking up, you never see that comet coming. You gotta keep your head up. You gotta keep looking.
Unless
up.
you have reflective shoes.
Then in that case, if you do have, where did that come? If you just happen to have your handy pair of very popular.
Unless you're standing on some mirrors.
Yeah. Then it's fine.
Then you can keep your head down, and then.
Unless you always just live life upside down.
You're constantly doing it.
Yeah, constantly doing handstands, walking on your hands. Then you do it.
Yeah.
And so it ends out with this declaration. Of course, I never felt this way. A feeling of safety. Dingy reference. A feeling of safety. Dingy almost wasn't called dingy. It was called safety originally, and then I changed it to dingy. So yeah, feeling of safety, referencing that song. Go listen to it. I thought it was heartless.
I will say my top songs. It might not be in this album we're talking about. They're definitely Dingy, Dancing All Alone. I already tell you this all the time. Never Met. That's like one of my. That's probably
That's not in the album. You can't talk
I just said before.
I
I just said it might not be in this album. I'm just listening to songs.
Hey, so since you mentioned Never Met, I don't think I ever told
you.
you this, but like some songs, like I'll write in my sleep. Like it may sound weird, but like okay, so Never Met, endless credits.
And Love Yourself, I like that one. I know it's not in this album.
Yeah. And Not At All. Like were all songs that I like for Not At All, for example. I remember I fell asleep, and then I remember I woke up, and I just said nah 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 nah.
No,
nah,
this man's not real, bro.
And then I reached for my phone.
You're not real.
I reached for my phone, and then I got straight. Like I wrote the entire song.
No, you're not real, fam.
This man's not lying. One time I woke up and I wrote an entire poem about a grasshopper. What? I'm not even lying. One time I woke up and I was like, I know a poem about a grasshopper. Sometimes that don't just happen.
Bro, woke out the bed, rubbed his eye, said, nah, nah, nah. Bro, this is a horror movie.
I woke up, the lyrics were in my head. And so I was just gonna like
singing it?
Yeah, I was just gonna give it a try, just to like see how it sounded.
That's kind of cool.
Nah.
Don't fall.
Not as cool as like a grasshopper poem, but like pretty sick.
Pretty cool.
It's not listening.
Listening.
Nah.
Yeah. Not at all to me. I remember I was driving on the way to like the day I woke up, I was like driving a Chick-fil-A and like don't do this, but I was riding the I was riding the song like as I drove.
Sleeping. Driving and sleeping on the way to Chick-fil-A.
That's why bro has a spare tire on his car.
Hey, I was awake.
Whoa! Nah.
Hey,
Oh, jump!
I actually faced like a huge I forgot like the part that says "Yo, I know a spot we could both go where there's candlelight and the stars are shining bright." Whoa, moonlight. So that flow is actually really tricky. Like I remember I imagined it and I had it in my head and then I forgot to write it down, but I remembered the words and so I typed the words. I typed the words down and then I went to record it and I was like, wait a minute. How did this go again? Like I don't remember the exact like flow and melody.
Yeah, how do you go about finding your flow like that?
It just felt right.
Okay.
Like if you listen to the song, it just feels right. Mm-hmm.
With the Loverboy one, not Love Sick.
Mm-hmm.
But with this one, like, how did you go about? I know you used the sample from like this one song, but like you still had to figure out the flow that you wanted to use for this one.
Well, you heard that.
Yeah.
I was just me feeling it.
Okay.
For the majority of this song, like I think right now I'm in a stage where I can just kind of not autopilot, but like I've done it for so long I can kind of like I know how I like to like rhyme and flow now.
Yeah. We were talking about this before we got on the podcast.
Yeah,
we were definitely saying like how at first like some of your music it was definitely like all right one thing next thing, and now it's kind of like it is different, but like you're solidifying like your style more.
Style now.
Yeah.
And it's actually 12:08 when we're recording this. So Loverboy dropped 8 minutes ago.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Loverboy.
Yeah, Loverboy. And so I think it's perfect that we end this podcast with the last line of dialogue. I don't think I'd lose if I ended up with you. And that is a statement. That's a statement of confidence, you know. Like I'm not saying like that's not I don't think I'd lose quite like I don't think I'd lose. It's I don't think I'd lose if I ended up with you. Like that's certainty.
Imperative.
That's imperative. I don't think I'd lose if I ended up with you. And then it ends with the phrase ending up with you. And so this song altogether, tying a big, huge bow on it. It's about hope. It's about hope. So I wrote this song in the future hope, like I said, that I wouldn't always be like stuck, lovesick, you know, that like one day, like at the end, like the end of the song talks about, like this person will come along, like as long as I love the way I'm supposed to, that one day somebody will come along with that same kind of heart and like reciprocate that same exact love that I've been putting out. I heard this quote, it went something along the lines of people only accept the kind of love they think they deserve. And so, like, I know the way I love is valuable, and I'm sure you guys think the same way that, you know, the way you guys love is valuable too. And so you would probably want to give that to somebody who is capable of loving in that same measure, even if they don't think they could. Like, you can, if you can see that in them, you think it's worth it, and you think it'd be something that's worth fighting for. And so, this song goes out to all my lover boys, all my lover girls, all my lover people. It's past 12 a.m. I'm up to no good. This song goes out to all my lover people.
Violent type activity.
Yeah. Hey, bro.
Yeah.
So y'all don't. I think you guys know, but like a lot of people don't know. I mean, the phrase like crash out has been out like for a long. Like a crash out is somebody who like something happens to them and then they act drastically because like they have nothing to lose. And so, like once something happened, and then Violet was the product of a crash out, and so I have like so many songs I've written that are like I'm probably never gonna release because it's like sharp, like it's like it's like the lyrics are sharp. So yeah, that whole entire like persona I created was the product of like, all right, I have nothing left to lose. I might as well just like destroy every bridge I had left, you know. But that's not the way I want to be. But I find myself acting in that way sometimes after I get hurt. But I always gotta remind myself like, hey, that's not who I am. That's not what I want to be. That's not who I am. That's not who I want to be. You know, I want to be Loverboy. That's what I want to be. I think everybody wants to be Loverboy, or lover girl, or lover persons. People. Thank you, Cody. Everybody wants to be a lover. Bro, coined a term.
I'm trying to be multiple people.
I'm trying to be lover.
I'm trying to be a lover.
Hey, make sure you get that patent.
I will.
Lover people.
Put that on a shirt.
That would go hard.
That would go hard.
Lover people.
Lover people, and then on the back it says, "I don't think I lose."
Ending up with you.
Well, you don't put the in it like you put the I don't think I'd lose, and then be like, I don't think I'd lose, and then you turn around.
Ending up with you.
If I ended up with you.
Yeah, I get it. It's kind of like the song.
You don't sound too excited.
Oh, I get it.
Oh,
it's like the song
yeah,
lyric.
it's like the
we
song,
just
it's
talked
the song
about.
reference.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's basically it. There's our first time breaking down. I actually really enjoyed this. I don't get to talk about like the meaning behind my song lyrics too often. So this is like refreshing for me, and it's better than having to just do it myself. But yeah, go listen to Loverboy. It's streaming on all platforms. It's 12 minutes old. It's 12:12 right now.
By the time you hear this, it's not 12:12.
It's not 12:12. Yeah. Unless I upload this right now, which I'm not.
Unless we wait till 12:12 tomorrow to open.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
That would be
that's a
smart.
horrible. Oh, that's a good idea.
Oh, yeah, that'd be dumb. That's stupid.
Mm.
We would never
I think it's brilliant. Honestly.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's a great idea.
Sure. It's a good idea.
But yeah. Check out all the music. It's on the Spotify, YouTube, everywhere. Apple Music. Y'all been asking for it for a long time, and so I finally started doing it. So you better do your part and listen to my music.
Open up your ears.
You better listen to me sing.
Get that nasty wax out your ears, bro. Come on.
Don't be a not at all person. Don't not listen to my feelings. Don't be a not at all person. Listen to me.
Grab a Q-tip.
Listen to me, baby. Ay. I don't think I lose.
Were we supposed to like join in on that?
No,
we
were supposed to.
Oh,
but
we didn't know what you were about to do on that.
Fine. What are you singing? You're gonna get us copyright strike.
Yeah. You're singing a different song.
I thought that was part of your song.
What? What'd you say?
I said fun.
we know which side you're on. Bro said fun.
Alright.
We know which side you're on.
What side?
We know which side of the song
Kobe
you're
is
on.
Playboy, bro.
Kobe's Playboy.
literally
He's not
Playboy.
Loverboy. He's not. Let me ask
That's all he
you
can
before
remember.
we leave.
Hey.
We'll ask John first, then we'll go. John, are you Loverboy or Playboy?
I feel like I'm Jago. Like a...
No, that's a one person thing. That's exclusive to me. Nobody else can have that except me.
Dang it. I feel like I'm leaning towards more Loverboy.
Paris, you know.
I'm leaning towards Loverboy.
Yeah.
not after what you just said. Fun. Bro, what's fun?
That's just the lyric I remember.
That says something about you. I remembered. I don't think I'd lose if I ended up with you.
I just
You
didn't say
remembered
that
fun.
Dang, bro.
We know where you're.
I'm Odysseus for real, because I don't die at the end and I get to go home to my wife.
Hey,
Nice.
That man Paris died.
He dies.
He's
Yeah.
dead. He got Trojan horse.
Finalize my
Odysseus
answer.
probably led to his death, bro.
Finalize my answer.
What is it, Jeopardy?
I'm a lover boy.
You sure? You don't sound too convinced. You keep laughing.
This man Kobe's a
I'm a
playboy.
Loverboy.
Don't let him trick you, bro.
I know what you are.
We know what he is.
I know what
I
you.
really thought you'd be the 111.
Nah, the 111.
Alright, finalize.
No,
Fun,
this man's all fun, bro.
Bro wants
Don't
fun,
listen to him.
I
Liar.
never said that.
Bro wants fun.
This man's a rabbit, for real.
Nah. Bro did not think she'd be the 111. Hey, bro.
Ending up with you.
That's not how I sang it. That is not how the song goes.
Dang it.
Alright, we gotta go.
Yeah, I feel like this should have ended up
Yeah,
like a few seconds early.
We gotta go. Hope y'all enjoyed that, and we'll do more. Remember, y'all, we got no dream, but one dream to praise the one King.
Kobe out.
And John, out.
Bye. I'm
Loverboy.
James.
Stank.
Yeah.